Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of The Life of Hollywood, a podcast where we converse with working professionals about their start in the competitive world of Hollywood. I'm your host, Marcus Nocerino. Hollywood is full of all the glitz and glam, but behind the scenes, it's a world where obtaining a job position or role is challenging and rough. Today's guest will show us his ways and will introduce us on how he manages to live and inspire the life of Hollywood. My guest today is actor and influencer Ryker Baloun, who has 134,000 followers on TikTok. Wow, that would be a lot. He also has been on various productions like Black Chicken Girls, ABC's The Connors, and Netflix's That 90s Show. Hold on one second. Riker, are you ready to come on?
Yes, sir, I am. Hop
Yeah,
on.
let's give a welcome to Riker Baloun. That's what's up.
That's what's up. Hey. Okay, can you see me all right?
Yeah, I do see you. Riker, thank you so much for being here today and talking about your Hollywood journey.
Thank you for having me. I'm very, very excited because it's been a journey. It's been a lot, man. It's been a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk about like how you got started.
Well, actually, I got started because my brother he's on the spectrum. He's extremely high functioning autistic. He's just basically smarter than everyone. It's annoying as hell. But he's awesome, and he uh he when he was like 6 years old, my parents told him, and well, no, a psychologist I think told my parents that he should get into public speaking or acting, just to kind of get him out of his comfort zone because he was very, very shy. And I was 4, and I saw him doing that, and I was jealous. And my parents let me start. I booked my first audition. I did commercials when I was 4. I did film when I was 4. I don't remember any of this, but that's technically how I started. But what the conscious Riker started with a play when I was 12, and I dove into that character, and I was just like addicted after that. So, yeah.
I see. That's a pretty like cool journey that you've gone through with Hollywood. And when was your start as like an actor?
My start as an actor, I'm gonna have to say The Diviners because that's when it was a play, a straight play, no, not a musical. I played a, the word would be slow. I was mentally challenged. I spoke in third person, and it was a character during the Great Depression, and it was challenging, but it was so rewarding. It was, that was the start because once I did that, I was like, okay, I love this, and I did a lot more. So, yeah.
I see. And is it tough looking for roles and auditions?
Yeah, I've got 2 today, which I'm excited for, 2 auditions. But it is. I'm lucky I have a great team. I'm with a great agent and manager and publicist, and my teams have teams, dude. I'm like happy. But you know what? I want to mention that my start, because I haven't mentioned this ever to anyone on social media. I've kept it private because it's not out yet, but they put me on IMDb and the trailer's coming out. So my start for a lot of people is probably going to be this show called Devil in Disguise, John Wayne Gacy. I got to play. Do you know who John Wayne Gacy is?
I'm not familiar, but you can always talk about it on the show.
So he was actually a serial killer in the 70s. And our showrunner he turned down the idea at the beginning. It's on Peacock, and he turned down the idea at the beginning. He was like, I don't want to do a true crime, but it's about the victims, really. It's mostly focused on the victim story, while also, of course, you can't tell the story of John Wayne Gacy without showing the killer, but it's not making him, it's not being like, yo, look at him killing people. Like, that's not why you're watching it. Watching it for the depth and the stories and the lives that were taken, and it's a tough watch, but it's beautiful, and I'm very happy to be a part of it. So I got to play the final victim. I got to represent a real human being named Robert Peast, and that was a tough role, but I enjoyed it. And that's the biggest thing I've ever done. It comes out October 16th, by the way. So now you know.
And would you like to talk about like the audition process for the show?
So that one was, so I cut my hair for that audition. So I'm playing a real human being. I looked up photos of him and I just stared into pictures of him because I didn't know how to act like him. So I read articles but then in the end, I just looked at pictures and I made my face kind of morph into it. And I felt it, like I like smiled like he smiles, and I felt how that felt. And I just like stared into his eyes for a lot, because he passed away. So his life was taken by John Wayne Gacy. So there are all these pictures online. I just like looked at him until I felt something, and I kind of observed that within myself, and I just kept trying to get close to him in that way until I felt like I knew something about him, and I could carry my eyes a little bit like how he did. And then I hopped into the audition, and they liked me. They called me back for a Zoom producers read, and I was listening to John Mayer right before they let me into the thing while I was listening to John Mayer, and I was like, oh my God, hi. So we had like, oh, actually, and they asked me, they said, okay, how are you? And I said, I'm well, but I cut out, so no one heard that. And so then I just said, I'm not good at talking to people. Can we just do the work? And they said, you want to hop into it? And I was like, yeah, like, I don't know how to interact. So we just jumped straight into the material and we played, and they liked it. So they flew me out to Toronto, shot that. And yeah, it comes out in a month and 2 days.
I see that's gonna be pretty cool. And I've seen your IMDb and all of the projects you worked on. You worked on that 90s show. Talk about the audition process. How'd you get the role?
Oh, that was fun. There was no audition process for that one. So my team is awesome. My management agents, I auditioned for them. I am very fortunate to be with the people I'm with. It's not been handed to me, but I'm also extremely fortunate. My manager had one of her clients booked that show. They won him for it, and he couldn't do it last minute. And she called up one of her other guys around the same age room. She was like, Ryker, can you be on set now? And I said, of course. I was 2 hours away, but I showered, I got in the car. About an hour later, I get a phone call from the production saying, how far away do you live? I'm like, I live 45 minutes away because I can start driving now. In reality, I live 2 hours away, and I was already driving for an hour. And then I hung up with them. Around 15, 20 minutes later, I got a call, and they said, Netflix just approved you. And then I said, I'll see you in 30 minutes. I walked up. They met me in the parking lot, handed me a script when I got out of my car, walked me onto set, and said action. And that was how I did the 90s show. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool for like working on a show that's like based on an older sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
And so like while in production, like how was the experience?
Dude, so I guess I have to say I actually technically auditioned for it like 6 months earlier when they were starting it. Actually no, a year earlier when they did the season 1. So I guess I was already sort of familiar with the show. I knew some of the people on the show. I knew some of the actors. I'm somewhat acquainted with them. I'm not saying I'm a friend. That takes a whole different thing. Friends have to show up for each other. But I was acquainted. I knew them. And I played chess on set. There's like a notorious chess set on one of these sets. So there's like a room. Okay, there's like a room here, right? I don't know why I'm standing. But there are like 5 rooms right next to each other, and they're all completely different sets. You're suddenly in a diner. Now you're in a bedroom. Now you're outside, and it's an awesome set. So one of the sets is the diner, and it has a chess set in it, and it's always there. And so I played chess on that chess set. I won, and I finished a book while I was there, and I made a lot of friends, and I had a great time. I mean, it was pretty awesome. They had their stuff together.
That's nice. And what was the role that you played on that 90s show?
That 90s show, I was, how would I say? What's my name? Well, I've forgotten my name at the moment. Sorry, I do a lot of auditions. But I really what came in, I just come in for a bit, like just a moment, and they needed a guy for who they thought was good looking. I'm just happy to be here. I'm honored to be your good looking guy. Okay, uh, and they're setting me up with Ren. And they're setting me up with this guy and who's a lead on the show, and they're like his friends are setting him up with me. They don't know about it. He doesn't know about it. I come to the door. I'm just like, hey, literally just hey, nice to see you. I pop in for just a second, and then he looks at me and he's like, no, no, and he just slams the door in my face just a little bit. And that's what they called me in for that. They walked me to set and just to do that little bit. But it was really, really fun. And of course, it got to be in the '90s show, so that was a fun day. I enjoyed it. Well, it was 3 days technically. We had a bunch of rehearsals and stuff, but it was fun.
Nice, nice. Well, I would be like, I would love to be on the 90s show. I've seen it before, and it's really funny and has similar aspects to the old that
Yeah,
70s show.
yeah.
And what was your favorite project that like you auditioned for? Like that one role that you really like wanted but you didn't get?
The Holdovers.
The
It's called The
holdovers?
Holdovers. There's a film called The Holdovers, and I believe it's The Holdovers. Yeah, and it's these guys who they're in a boarding school, and everyone goes back for Christmas. They go back to see their family. He has no family to go back to see, so there are the holdovers, a group of guys that stay there during Christmas, and and a teacher who doesn't want to be there because he wants to go and be off for Christmas, but one teacher has to stay, so he has to stay and take care of these guys, and that movie, I auditioned for it, and then I saw the movie, and I was like, "Holy freaking crap, that was awesome! That was so good." And I could have done it, but it was good. I would have done it differently, but they did it phenomenal. It was such a damn freaking awesome movie. Zelda, like that would have been cool. Anyways, there are a bunch of things that, like, if I was Link, that would have been awesome. Kind of wanted to be Link. Do you know that they're doing a Zelda movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got auditioned for Link. That was fun. Just yesterday, not 2 days ago, I auditioned for this awesome show that I poured my heart into, man. But you do that every time you book some and you move on. So
Yep.
yeah.
That's like what's about in Hollywood. And speaking of with like the day and age of social media, you have like 134,000 followers on TikTok. Like talk to me about like how you got started in social media.
Um. Actually, I was told I should use social media as it would help my acting career when I was like 13, and I made a video, and then I got like 100 followers, and I was like, "Whoa, thank you guys so much for 100 followers," and I posted that video, and then I said, "Whoa, thank you guys so much for 1,000 followers. Where did that come from?" And then I posted that, and I got 2,000. I was like, "Whoa, thank you guys so much for 2,000," and I did that till I hit like 70,000, and I was like, I don't know what, like, I didn't even make. I just said thank you. It was all the nice people that decided that it was time for me to have follow. They decided to follow me. I'm just grateful to be there. Um, but then I started making content, and I grew my Instagram to like 100. I'm at 191K on Instagram, and and then I started TikTok. I just figured to have some sort of presence. But now I'm enjoying doing Snapchat and Instagram, maybe a little YouTube Shorts, and making fun little cooking videos because I love to cook, and I've met a lot of really cool people in the online cooking space, like bakers. That one I messaged today, and it's just been very satisfying to my heart just to be able to cook with all these awesome people and to go into restaurants and cook with the chefs because I have social media followers and they do too, and we're just doing a collab or something. Like that's been really, really awesome. So I hope I answered the question.
And what was like your first viral TikTok or YouTube video that like gained attraction?
This was I don't know if we're ever really proud of the viral videos, because it's like I don't know why that went viral. But I did like a dance video. I did like a dance video, dude, and it was like why? But I did it with a friend of mine, and she does social media. She's done it really well for a long time, and people were like, I ship them, and so now I just have this whole audience that I didn't really know come over and is now like yeah, you know what, he's good enough for her. And I'm like, whoa, I'm my own human being. I don't know where this came from, but now I've got tens of thousands of people watching my posts and judging if I'm a good partner for one of my friends. So it's weird. It's weird.
And like, what was like your favorite like TikTok or YouTube video you made?
The one I'm making now, I got to buy a friend a car because I fundraised on my Instagram, my social media, and with help of a bunch of good people, we bought my friend a car, and I'm about to post that today or tomorrow. So that one is one I'm most proud of. Actually, I didn't edit it. I filmed it with I did all this. It took a while to figure. It took like a month and a half of daily work to do, but um, it was so important to me that I sent it to a friend that can edit better than I can. And I said, hey, I want to pay you for your services. I know you're great, but would you edit this for me? It means a lot. And when I get it back from him, which maybe I'll get back today, hopefully, I'll post it. But that is the video I'm proudest of.
Nice, nice. And what kind of car is it?
It is a white people party car. No, it is a. So she's from the Philippines, and it's a Ford Fiesta. It's a white Ford Fiesta, and we got it with a good deal and from an auto parts store or from a store, and it was just great. And from a mechanic, that's it. And it was awesome. And when she got it, she was like, white people party car, and that's what I think of every time, because a white Ford Fiesta, like that's funny to me. um but yeah, and now she's trying to help. Like, I drove with her to get her license. We did that. She got it driving my car. She got her license, and then we went and found a car for her, and it was a whole journey, but it was really beautiful. And now she sent me this beautiful thing about how she is trying to help other people, not out of a sense of responsibility. She's enjoying the freedom that she has with the car, but she now can see that she's here to serve other people, and she's known that. And now with her car, she's helping another individual get her driver's license. And so she's kind of keeping it alive, continuously helping people. And it's just beautiful. It's really awesome.
Nice, nice. And do you ever like plan your content ideas or do they just like come up like last minute?
um I planned them. That one I didn't plan. That one had to happen. That was like, okay, I'm gonna do this for a month and a half, and it was like I'll record a little bit of it, and yeah, pretty much all of the work for that last video um, was done off camera. But yeah, I do. I plan, like when I'm cooking a dish. I'll be like, what do I want to cook today? And then I'll be like, I want to cook this. Will I cook it with someone? Am I having a friend come over? Because then we're going to do this together. Or maybe I'm going to go over to a friend's and I'm going to cook at theirs. And they're going to teach me a dish that is from their culture. And I'll plan out that stuff. And it's interesting to me because I love it. But at the same time, they know I'm going to record it because we're making content at the same time. So it's a win-win-win situation thing. So I do plan it out to some extent, but yeah, I plan it out. I plan it out.
And now that most of your content is about cooking, like was your favorite dish that you have cooked?
I love that question. Well, I make bread. I make bread, and I'm proud of it because I've worked on this. I made bread this morning. Kind of want to show you guys. I might just wait. It's
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
definitely. Yes, yes. Show us. Show like the audience that will like they're watching or like, they'll just like click on this video later.
Dude, yes. So like here's some bread that I made this morning. And Like this is so I made it without any of my like usual stuff. This is like a bowl of bread. It's French, so usually I make it in like a loaf, but this I made into a French bowl because I wanted to give it to a French man, and yeah, she's gonna taste good. She kind of looks weird, but I don't have any of my equipment. Okay, so
No, you're good. But at least you show us the bread, and it
yeah,
looks really nice. I was like, now I need to eat some later.
dude, I'm proud of it. I've been making that same loaf with refining it for over a year. So that I've made it hundreds of times, hundreds. So I'm proud of that. I mean, I made, dude, this is so fun. I made. Do you cook? Do you cook? Are you like a big cook guy? Do you cook at all?
Me, on and off.
On and off. Okay. Like, what type of food do you cook? I'm just curious.
I can't think of top of my head, but let's go back to you and your cooking.
So yeah, uh, I made this French onion. So I made the beef stock for it, and I made French onion soup from the beef stock. I used a couple different alcohols, and it was very simple, but it was well done, and that I was proud of because when I served it to people, they were very very happy. And so yeah, that French onion soup, I'm very proud of.
Nice, nice. And do you have any productions that you're currently working on right now?
Yes, I do. My God, I do. Uh, I've got them like, yeah, I do. That's tomorrow. It's not today, but yeah. I have post production for um, a show called So LA that we are trying to get up, and it might end up on social media, but that would be pretty rad. Um, or Fox. We're gonna see who picks it up. But working on that. We're trying to get funding for another thing that a feature film. Um, what else am I doing? I don't know. I'm doing another thing for a friend, which is just he was just like he gave me the script and he was like that would be so cool, and I was like yeah I'll do it. So I'm doing that. Might do some horror films this month with another friend. So yeah, I'm working on stuff, just running around. Yeah.
Nice. And when do we expect these like productions to be released?
So LA is probably going to release within the next 2 months, which is the comedy one. The what else am I working on? I've already forgotten what I said. That one's going to be out in a couple months. The other, I think probably in a couple months, if the horrors go through, we do those. And for the feature, I don't know. For the feature, it's like that's a big process that I just am hoping to we're just getting started. There's the two features that I'm currently working on or involved in. One I'm working on like today, and the other one we're waiting to hear back from where we have half the funding. So once we get the other half, we get to continue with it. Those are going to be a while before they come out.
And
So
do you have like any future goals in your career?
I want to film a movie on Mars. I want to go to Mars and film a movie.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be pretty rad. I want to go to Mars, film a movie. I want to do Navy SEAL training. I would like to change the world completely as we know it. And I'd like to be deeply seen and loved and to love others deeply. Those are my goals.
Nice. And do you have like any advice for other actors or like aspiring content creators on how to get started?
You have to be willing to make something bad to make something. I have made more worse food than many people will make in their entire lives. I made such bad food, man. I have made such bad food. But yeah, and terrible bread too. But you have to be willing to make something bad and make something. So that's the only advice I can give.
Oh, I see. And since basically the show is about helping out aspiring entertainers, would you like to like go in the comment section some resources to give to aspiring actors or like aspiring content creators to like an acting school to go to or like a certain place they should like go for training?
Absolutely. I will do that. I recommend. There are a lot of good places. David Gray Studios has helped me a lot. I'll put that in there. But I'm actually gonna link my Instagram too because
Yes, yes.
link my Instagram because then you guys can DM me with any questions. I will be looking. I will find them and I will chat with you guys, and it would be grand. I love what I do. It's taken a while to be able to get here, sleep in my car, and just going for it. But I love it so much, and it was worth every second, man. So if I can help in any way, I really do want to.
I see. And while you're doing that, everyone will be right back. Riker is going to put all the resources for any of the audience to go to for acting and content creating.
I'm gonna quickly put that down. I have put down the thingy things. I have put down all the thingy things that I have.
All right, Riker. Well, you actually put on the private chat, so I will copy and paste those on
Thank
the comment section. I got you. I can help you with those.
I appreciate you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So everyone, thank you so much for watching. And Riker, thank you so much for, being on my show and for talking about your journey in Hollywood.
Thank you. This was good for my heart, and it's nice to see you, man. So.
Yeah, of course. Again, you can watch Riker on. What's up?
Oh, do you know how we met? Do you know how I'm just curious. Do you know how we met?
I think it was probably from an audition, but
Yeah,
definitely got to give it closer to a show because we gotta wrap this up. But you can watch her on shows like Chicken Girls, That 90s Show, and you can watch all his content on TikTok and YouTube. And follow Riker on his Instagram account on the comment section and also on the link in the description. Thank you to my producer Frolian, and I will see you next time in 2 weeks when we are joined by Christine Olinger from the Darman Studios. I'm your host, Marcus Nocerino, and I will see you all in 2 weeks at 12:30 p.m. on Sunday for a new episode of The Life of Hollywood. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
See y'all later.
See you guys.